Okay, we're going to do a test on the Roomba 505. We're going to see how it cleans up these muddy paw prints. All right. We're going to check the corner cleaning capabilities on it. We got a bunch of long hairs. Now it is able to go under some furniture, and again it can extend that side mop. And there we have a cable. We're going to check its obstacle avoidance. So it looks like it has identified that cable and is going to stay away from it. So it does have a pretty good sensor on the front that can detect objects that are low to the ground. So we did get a little bit of smearing with the mud, but hopefully the mop pad's going to capture that mud. And we do have Smart Scrub on, so it looks like it identified that mud, and it's going back and forth. So it looks like maybe it's identified that obstacle also. It's doing a pretty good job of mopping. Looks like it's activated. It lifts the mop pads. Now it's mopping that area. Oops, it did not identify that obstacle. It's going around it now, but it's kind of pushing it, which I wish it would stay a little farther away from it. So it looks like that Smart Scrub is on where it goes back. It goes kind of off to an angle and then another angle. Wow, that Smart Scrub is actually doing a really good job of mopping. And I do have Smart Scrub turned on in the app. It was off by default. So I'm really liking this Smart Scrub. Kind of the back and forth rocking motion. And then in the app we do see it identifies these obstacles, but it doesn't take a picture of them or anything, and you can't click on them. And we're going to flip the robot over and see how well it's been cleaning everything. Now the robot does not have an internal water tank. It's just going to set the wetness of the mop pads after they wash them at the docking station. Here's what the docking station looks like again. We got a clean water tank and a dirty water tank. It's going to wash the mop pads. It's going to auto empty everything into the dustbin when it's all done. And then it's going to suck everything up into the dirty water tank. Okay, so it's coming back to wash the mops. It's not done cleaning. So it did lift the mop pads on its way back to the docking station. It does wash the mops with cold water, but then it dries them with hot air. Okay, here it is docking. So those mop pads, I wanted to show you, but they've got mud in them from mopping the floor, and it's going to wash that mud off those mop pads. And then it's going to go back and finish cleaning this room for a second pass. And then what you're hearing now is the dirty water pump kick on and suck the water up into the dirty water tank. Okay, it's all done washing those mop pads, and again, that set the wetness level from them being washed. And then here is the dirty water tank. There's that dirt that was on that floor. All right, it's going to do the second pass now. You can see when it first starts out, it is pretty wet. As it keeps cleaning, it does get a little drier. And that smart scrub is going to use quite a bit of the wetness on the mop pads because it's going back and forth. If you do not have that on, it's just going to mop the floor back and forth. It's not going to do this scrubbing action. Okay, so this might get adjusted to add sticker seal of approval. Now, one thing preventing it is the $1,000 price tag. That's got to come down, and I'm sure it will. They never stay that price. But again, this robot's about a year old, whereas previous ones have been 2-3 years old. This one, I'm not upset about. It's not. We're going to see how it did with those long hairs. The second pass, it did not go. It did not do the perimeter on the second pass. It did kind of struggle with the corner, and it doesn't extend the mop pad. It didn't in that corner, but it did in that one. So, and I don't know why robots have the hardest time with that obstacle, because it's tall, and they should identify it, but I don't know. But anyway, it did do the cable, which was good. The floor is extremely wet. There's no wetness level. That seems like they should have that. And I got to do some more testing to see how well it auto lifts around a carpet, because it had that warning to pick up all your rugs. I'm like, well, that's strange. You would have that warning if this had a carpet. It does have a carpet sensor, so it should be able to avoid the carpet. But I thought the smart scrub was when it saw something, it would smart scrub, but that's activated the entire time. So again, they just don't tell you a whole lot about these settings. There's very few settings on this. See, that, to me, that's high enough for the LiDAR to hit. But boy, it really struggles with that. I was actually using that thinking that would be an easy one to recognize, but see there, it's recognizing it. Sorta. Oh, come on. Now, you know, surprisingly, it's still relatively wet. Now this floor is actually clean, other than I wish it would have done the perimeter one more time. It does increase suction when it senses particles. See, there's some kind of sensor, so it does not do the perimeter of the room again. Darn. So it is all done. It's going to avoid that cable on its way back. That's good. I said I would.
Paused.
Okay, you know, pretty good. Let's see, hair, long hairs. Okay, we have hair up. Now, again, that's why this one is about a year old. Most robots now have a split in the middle. So Roborock's really good at this, the edge and the curve. They have this design, which is absolutely, this is for long hairs. This is split, so the long hairs don't wrap. They go to the middle. Whoops. Just throw it around. They do give you that tool with the little cutter on it in the door. So, and then this is like a traditional Roomba. It's, see, lots of hair wrap. Not going to be able to recommend this for long hair. There's just, in my opinion, there's no... That was a pretty big torture test, I know. But there's at least put a comb, at least do some attempt. And what you kind of hear is those little flappers kind of hitting the ground a little bit. The mop pads, yeah, not bad, not bad. Really, really want to like this.
DOS has been installed.
Not going to be able to not going to be able to recommend it for homes with long hairs. Look at, that's a pretty good cleaning pattern. Again, it just didn't do the perimeter. And it doesn't, you know, you see an obstacle, but you can't click on. I'm so used to being able to click on those and see, but nothing. And see, it shows you even when it travels back and forth. So it needs to auto empty the dustbin. The robot seems refined, if that makes any sense. It seems, you know, it doesn't seem like a $1,000 robot. It seems like maybe a $500 robot. And that is a pretty advanced sensor on the front. But again, nothing is 100% foolproof anymore. No robot is. They all struggle to a certain degree.
The dustbin.
Okay, here's the... It is kind of loud, but not super loud. It's going to wash the mop pads, and then it's going to turn the dryer on at the end. Now, it did not like me taking it apart there. I'm having to manually do these because robots don't like to be disturbed in their process. Sometimes that deactivates the auto empty and the washing of the mop pads and stuff. You know, during the cleaning, it's almost like the dirty water pump is like on for a long time because you hear that kind of gurgling a lot.
Progress.
Okay.
Please try again later or see the app to stop pad wash.
So the pad is done washing and now it turned on the blower. Very quiet. Awesome. That's excellent. I can hear it, but I can barely hear it. And it is hot air. If I do need to stop it, I can just click on the app and stop it. Now, there's going to be so much stuff in these automations. I need to really start playing with these automations because I think this is the future. I think Roomba is onto something with how they're wanting you to interact with the robot less and have it kind of figure out your routine, when to clean, and all of that. Now, a lot of these other ones, these more expensive ones, they're all about the app with lots of settings. You go in and you can play with all kinds of settings. This one, not so much. They just don't have a lot of settings. So I did buy this with my own money. I wasn't paid for this video. It doesn't have my sticker yet. I got to do some more testing. I'm going to do a carpet test. That'll be a separate video. These videos get super long. I do apologize for that. Sometimes I pull pieces out and make a shorter video, but so far so good on this one. I never thought I would say that, but there is light at the end of the tunnel maybe for a Roomba. But it's going to come down to pricing. You know, you cannot charge $1,000 for this robot. There's the features Yeah, it's the long hair. Yeah. See, I want to like it. So I'm sitting here going, man, maybe you can. Maybe this is a really, no. With that feature for long hair, that's a $700 robot max. So again, I really do appreciate everybody's support. I'm working on a list. To show you my top recommended robots. Check me out on Instagram, TikTok. I do stories, daily stories on what robots are on sale. These robots, the sales are just constantly all over the place. The Mova P10 Pro was like $500 it was like $400 for a week, and now it's not. Back up to $800. So sometimes they're a buy, sometimes they're not. But I want to get you the best deal that I can on these robots. So I'm working on it, working on a website possibly. But anyway, I want to be your go-to for robot vacuum cleaners, give you an honest opinion. I might be doing a couple more sponsored videos. So now, I've always said I'm going to buy them with my own money, give you my honest opinion. But there are some brands that I'm really starting to trust. Mova, Roborock, Dream, Eufy. And I'm working with them behind the scenes. I'm starting to work with them behind the scenes. I don't know what I'm doing. So I may accept some free products, but I will not put a review out that says this is good if that's not my honest opinion. I won't do it. Even if they send me a $1,000 robot and I review it and I'm like, no, I don't like it, I may just send it back or something so I can do my own review on it. Now, some of the companies are like, no, review it and tell us what you think. Matic, they're going to send me one for free and I'm going to do it. And I said, well, I'm going to review it. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. But that's a $1,000 robot. They are going to send that to me for free. That video is coming up soon if UPS can deliver it. They're on their third attempt and I'm not home. So, and I got a sign for it. So I don't know. But anyway, so I may start working with these manufacturers in the future because I believe in their products. Just, I hope you can trust me on that. If I do start working with, say, Mova, I've really showed some interest with Mova, and I believe in their products. I mean, if you've watched my videos, if you watch me on Instagram and TikTok, I'm recommending them all the time. And if you look in the details, people are texting me or messaging me saying, hey, I bought the Mova P10 Pro and I absolutely love it. Or I bought the Dream L40 and it's an amazing robot. Or I bought the Roborock Q-Revo Curve, I love it. So that reassures me that, okay, great, I gave a good recommendation. Somebody got it. Yes, this process is working. So again, I may get some robots. There's nothing on the books right now, but I've just been emailing and I've been doing more reaching out myself because, you know, I want to do this. Making these videos can be super, super hard. So I really do appreciate everybody's support. If you could, please continue to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.